Okay, let's continue. This is part 3 of my lecture video. Let's read the question. This is the most difficult among the following areas of animal genetics, but the most important because response to selection for polygenic traits generally has much more potential monetary value than those for simply inherited traits. Is it A, Mendelian genetics, B, population genetics, C, quantitative genetics, or D, evolutionary genetics? Obviously, i-eliminate na natin yung A at saka B kasi alam na natin yung definition nila. We are only left with C and D. So yung evolutionary genetics, ang pinag-uusapan natin dyan ay yung improvement or yung change in the genetic variation from one generation to the next. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito sa tanong ay most important branch of animal genetics because response to selection for polygenic. Pag sinabi natin yung polygenic, if you are to recall, pag sinabi natin polygenic ang trait, ibig sabihin ng poly, madami. Yung genic, referring to genes. Ibig sabihin yan, yung trait na yan, marami ang genes na nagko-control para ma-express ang phenotype for that particular trait. No, maraming genes ang nagko-control sa trait na yan. Ibig sabihin, polygenic. And polygenic traits are your quantitative traits. I repeat, polygenic traits are your quantitative traits. Yan yung rason kung bakit sinabi dito, most difficult. Tinawag siyang most difficult kasi mahirap i-improve yung trait kung maraming kang kinoconsider na genes. Marami kang kino-compute. Yun yung ibig sabihin. Marami ka kasing kino-consider na genes, maraming nakaka-apekto, nakaka-influence sa expression ng trait na yan, therefore mahirap siyang i-compute. Mahirap siyang i-improve. Yun siya. Dahil polygenic. Yun yung papahirap sa quantitative traits natin. Pero dahil, sabi dito sa last part, they have more potential monetary value. Pero dahil mas marami kang kita, kung i-improve mo yung polygenic traits o yung mga quantitative traits natin, mas important siya. Sabi dito, but the most important. Although mahirap ang quantitative genetics, pero dahil itong field na ito ay tinutulungan ka para ma-improve yung monetary value or yung kita mo. Sabihin, most important, most difficult, but the most important among the areas of animal genetics. Meron ding sinabi dito, simply inherited traits. Ang simply inherited traits, yun yung mga opposite ng polygenic. Ibig sabihin ng simply inherited, yung trait na yan controlled by one gene only. No? One gene only or few genes only. Kaya mas madali siyang i-improve. Kaya siya tinawag na simple inherited. Mas madali siyang i-improve, mas madali mong may study yung pattern of inheritance niya. Yan. Ang mga simple inherited traits natin, sila yung mga qualitative traits. Yun yung mga coat color, presence or absence of horns, ear orientation, ano ba? Comb type, etc. Yung mga yung siyang color, yung mga ganyan. Yung mga polygenic traits naman natin, or mga quantitative traits natin, sila yung mga height, weight at weaning, litter size at birth, parity, litter size at weaning, litter size at birth, farrowing rate, conception rate, etc. Milk yield, milk production, egg production, and so on. ADG, FCR. Yun yung mga quantitative traits natin or polygenic traits. So the correct answer for this slide or for this question is letter C, quantitative genetics. Next, nandito na tayo sa animal breeding. Okay? We define, of course, sabi natin, nung nag-ini-introduce ko pa lang sa inyo yung topic ko, animal breeding is just the application of the principles of animal genetics in order to achieve the goal of improving our livestock and poultry. Yun lang, ina-apply lang natin yung principles ng genetics. Kaya nga inuna natin yung principles ng genetics bago tayo tumungo sa discussion ng animal breeding kasi kailangan natin yon yung concepts na yon para alam natin paano improve yung ating mga hayop. Okay? Next, goal sabi dito. Ano yung goal ng animal breeding? Of course, to improve the genetic composition. Ha? We have to specify na ang ini-improve natin genetic composition. Bakit? Kasi yun yung minamanipulate natin when it comes to animal breeding. Pag ang ini-improve mo, di ba, recall mo, P is equal to G plus E. Kumbaga, ang minamanipulate mo doon sa equation na yun, it's the letter G. Genetic composition ng hayop or ng population. Ngayon naman, ma'am, paano kung ang minamanipulate ko ay yung letter E? Kung yung letter E, yung environment, ang ini-improve mo, yung management practices. Hindi siya focus ng animal breeding. So it does not mean na animal breeding should be the sole or the only factor na i-consider natin kung gusto nating improve yung population. They should go together. Animal breeding and management practices. Or animal breeding and animal production, animal nutrition, etc. They should go together para maganda yung performance ng ating hayop. Next, pag sinabi nating breeding objectives, ito yung mga traits na gusto nating improvein. Pag sinabi nating selection methods, ano yung mga gagawin natin na methods? Ano yung mga i-apply natin na methods para mapili natin yung gusto nating hayop, yung mga better performing. And systems of breeding. Ito na yung mga tinatawag natin na crossbreeding, pure breeding, no? Inbreeding, line breeding, crossbreeding, and so on. Next. Next, sagutin natin itong question na ito. Animal breeding. Tuloy natin. 1 is the application of animal genetics principles. 2 aims to improve the genetic composition of farm livestock. 3 addresses the evaluation of the genetic value of livestock and poultry. 4 utilizes natural selection to primarily achieve livestock genetic improvement. Based from the definition na ginawa ko kanina or na sinabi ko kanina, ang true dyan is number 1. Tama? That is true. Number 2 also, that is true. In-improve natin, yan yung goal. 1 is the definition, 2 is the goal, 3 is also the goal. Or, yes, goal na din siya. Kumbaga, indirect goal para ginagawa yung number 3 para ma-improve natin yung genetic composition ng ating mga hayop. And then number 4, does it utilize natural selection? No. It utilizes artificial selection. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, selective breeding ang nasusunod. Pag sinabing selective breeding, yung tao, yung farmer, yung breeder, yung nasusunod. It does not allow the natural selection or the environment to choose who among the animals will survive and reproduce. So ang tamang sagot, it's letter C. Ma'am, bakit? Ma'am, sinabi mo kanina, automatic naman na may natural selection. Oo, automatic yon. Kaya lang, hindi natin siya purposively ginagawa yung natural selection. Kasi kapag natural selection, wala ka nang ginagawa na artificial selection. Ang main na ginagamit natin, artificial selection. Kung gusto mo talaga na may improvement sa population mo, do artificial selection, not just rely on natural selection. Next. Which of the following traits are commonly targeted for genetic improvement in livestock? A, coat color and eye color. B, marbling and boldness. C, litter size and tail length. D, FCE and milk production. Lahat naman silang traits na yan, gusto nating improvein. Pero, pag tinatanong ka ng breeding objective or yung traits na gusto mong i-improve, always focus on the monetary value, on the economic value. Alin kaya dito, yung kapag in-improve ko, mas kikita ako? Kikita ka ba kapag in-improve mo yung coat color at saka eye color and pakialam nila sa eye color? No? Marbling at saka boldness. Although tama naman yung marbling, pero yung boldness, hindi naman sa lahat ng pagkakataon, gusto ng mga tao yung walang sungay. No? Letter C, litter size and tail length. Okay na sana yung litter size kasi gusto natin yung maganda yung bilang ng mga biik. But are we after the tail length? Or D, Efficiency, feed conversion efficiency and milk production. Of course, letter D ang tamang sagot. Kapag in-improve mo yung feed conversion efficiency at saka milk production, kikita ka. Yun yung better combination than the rest of the choices. Next, how can selective breeding based on desirable genetic traits impact animal productivity? O paano daw nakakaapekto yung selective breeding? A, it has no effect o wala daw epekto. B, it reduces genetic diversity and increases the risk of disease. Disease transmission yan or disease incidence. C, it can lead to increased growth rates and higher reproductive efficiency. D, it only affects the appearance of animals, not their productivity. Remember when I told you na always eliminate yung mga may no at saka yung mga may only. So, dito sa part na to, eliminate natin yung A at saka D. Now, we are only left with letter B and letter C. Pag sinabi natin we want to improve the population, we are after genetic diversity. Mas gusto natin na may diversity doon sa population. Ibig sabihin, pag may diversity, there are changes in the genetic structure. Kasi kapag may differences among them, among the individuals in the population, then we can select. Kung walang genetic diversity, we cannot select. Pag we cannot select, ibig sabihin, halos pare-pareho sila ng performance. Kapag halos pare-pareho ng performance, mga hayop mo, ano ibig sabihin nun? Pag pare-pareho, mabilis lang silang ma-wipe out, especially kapag may mga environmental conditions. Kapag pare-pareho sila ng performance, halimbawa, lahat sila susceptible to particular disease or to heat stress. Eh di patay silang lahat, ma-wipe up silang lahat. Pero kung may genetic diversity, may ma-eliminate, may makakal, merong magsusurvive. So gusto natin may genetic diversity. So letter B is wrong. Sabi kasi dito, it reduces genetic diversity. Hindi dapat. Kasi at saka wrong na rin yung increases the risk of disease incidence or disease incidence. Mali na rin yon. Siyempre, ayaw naman natin yung mga may sakit. So, ang tamang sagot dito is letter C. No. Letter C is more desirable. We want to improve the growth rate and of course, the reproductive efficiency of our hayop. Next, selection na tayo. Yung sinabi kong pagpipili ng hayop. Pipiliin natin yung mga better performing. Of course, no? Selection is the opposite of culling. And selection is the main tool for genetic improvement of livestock. Ma'am, bakit main tool? Kasi ginagamit ng farmer or ng breeder yung kanyang ability to identify the better performing animals. So I am always repeating yung mga better performing. We always have to select yung mga better performing because we are after the better performance of the next generation, yung mga offspring generation. So, main tool siya. So, what are the other tools? Kung main tool ito, ma'am, ano yung mga other tools to improve genetic, to attain genetic improvement? Recall ninyo yung 5 forces na minention natin kanina sa Hardy-Weinberg Law. Ano yung 5 forces? Population size. Mating, yung random mating or non-random mating. Next, mutation, migration, yung selection. The other tools are yung mga 4. Yung main tool, selection. Nakuha? Kasi, ginagamit ng farmer yung breeder, yung kanyang ability to select. If you just allow migration, yung pagbili mo ng hayop, etc., mutation, so on and so forth, mating system, ito, napipinpoint mo na kasi kung alin sa mga hayop na yan, yung mga maganda yung klase, maganda yung performance, etc. Pero sabi dito, it does not create new genes. Ibig sabihin, ma'am, kung hindi siya nagka-create ng new genes, pag sinabi kasi natin create new genes, halimbawa, yung kinoconsider mo lang doon sa population, frequency of gene A or dominant A, frequency of the recessive A. Pero dito, ang sinasabi niyan, hindi ka mag-i-introduce ng gene B, gene C, gene D, etc. Nakuha? Yun yung selection. It does not create new genes, but rather it increases the frequency of desirable genes or desirable alleles. Okay? Next, methods of selection based on records. 1 is individual selection or mass selection or performance testing. Itong method na to, ginagamit natin kapag yung record or yung trait ay maire-record natin galing sa hayop mismo na pinipili natin. Individual selection yon or performance testing. Halimbawa, weight niya. pwede natin kunin yung weight. Halimbawa, you have 5 na pagpipilian na hayop. Pwede mong makuha yung kanilang respective weights. Yun yung individual selection. Ngayon naman, meron tayong method na ginagamit kapag may mga instances na hindi natin pwedeng kunin yung record sa mga hayop na pinagpipilian natin. No. Ang halimbawa niyan ay yung carcass quality. Halimbawa sa 5 ito, gusto mong i-improve. Pipili ka ng hayop na, tawag dito, pipili ka ng hayop among these 5 para ma-improve yung carcass quality sa succeeding generations. So, syempre, para ma-determine mo yung carcass quality, di ba kailangan mong katayin yung hayop? Makakapili, magagamit mo pa ba sila na breeder animals or parents kapag kakatayin mo ito? Di ba hindi na? So, ang gagawin is, you get the record from their siblings. Kaya meron tayong tinatawag dito na sib selection or sib testing. Kapag gusto mong kumuha ng record, pero hindi mo pwedeng kunin yung record sa mismong hayop na pinagpipilian mo, gagamit ka ng records ng relatives. Relatives or family. Kaya tinatawag siyang pedigree selection, progeny selection, or sib selection. Nakuha. Yung progeny selection naman, mas ginagamit ito kapag ang pinipili natin ay males, breeder males. Bakit? Kasi yung mga breeder males, mas marami silang anak. Oh. Kahit hindi sila nagluluwa, literally, pero yung magbigay tayo ng halimbawa. Yung cow, no, yung babaeng baka na nanganak na, yung cow na yan, sabihin natin 283 days yung gestation period niyan. After 283 days, isa lang ang mailuluwal niya. Isa lang ang may de-deliver niya na anak. Tama? Pero yung kapartner niya na bull, no, yung breeder male, within that 283 days, madami na siyang nabridan na mga babae, na mga cows or heifers. So therefore, o kahit sabihin natin mga 200 lang, tapos successfully nag-give birth sila, edi mas marami siyang progeny compared doon sa babae na nagbuntis for a period of 283 days. Naiisa lang ang kukunan mo ng record. Nakuha? O, yun yung kagandahan ng progeny selection. Ginagamit natin yung progeny testing or progeny selection kapag pumipili tayo ng breeder males. Nakuha. Okay? Yung pedigree selection naman, kapag gusto pa nating kumuha ng records galing sa ancestors, mga grandfathers, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, etc. Okay? Next, methods of selection based on number of traits. Tandem method. Ang tandem method, ginagamit yan kapag you want to improve one trait at a time. Yung independent culling levels method naman, ginagamit yan if you want to improve 2 traits at a time. Yung selection index method naman, many traits at a time. Minsanan mo na silang i-improve. Yan yung selection index method. Yung selection index method, ang other term yan dahil marami kang traits na gustong improve at a time, at tinatawag din siyang total score analysis or multi-score analysis. Multiple score analysis. Yan. Kasi marami kang kinoconsider na traits. So, yan yung methods of selection natin. Next, let's proceed to the question and answer. This is the question. Which selection method involves evaluating an individual's own performance to determine its breeding value? Oh, meron na naman tayo na-introduce na term, breeding value. Pag sinabi nating breeding value, yan yung value ng hayop as a parent. Value ng hayop as a parent. Ano yung pwede niyang maipasa sa anak? Kumbaga ganon. Value. Breeding value. So the higher the value, the breeding value, the better is the individual. A, sib selection. B, family selection. C, progeny. D, performance. Kakasabi ko lang kanina na kapag ang record pwedeng makuha sa kanya, sa mga hayop na pinagpipilian mo, you use performance testing. So therefore, ang tamang sagot dito is performance testing. You get the record from the own performance of the hayop. Next, in which selection method are offspring of selected parents chosen for breeding based on their own performance? I repeat, in which selection method are offspring of selected parents? So, ang keyword natin dito, offspring. Ang kinukuhanan daw ng record ay yung mga anak. Para makita kung sino sa mga pinagpipilian yung maganda yung performance. Ma'am, bakit yung anak? Kasi, pagre-reflect doon sa anak, ang kalidad or yung breeding value ng parents, especially yung mga males. Kasi mas ginagamit ang progeny testing kapag males ang pinipili natin. Breeder males ang pinipili natin. So, ang tamang sagot dito, progeny selection. So, ang keyword natin sa question, offspring. Next, which selection method involves selecting individuals from the same family with superior performance for breeding? O, obvious naman na, no? Sabi dito, from the same family. O, so ang tamang sagot, of course, family selection. Next, what selection method utilizes information about an individual's ancestors to estimate its breeding value? O, ancestor, nabanggit ko ito kanina, grandfather, grandmother, great-grandfather, great-granddaughter, aunt, uncle, etc. Ang tamang sagot, pedigree selection. Wala tayong tinatawag na ancestor selection ha. Nilagay ko lang ito. The correct answer, the correct technical term is pedigree selection. Next, another. A breeder selects based on their own measured traits such as weight gain or milk production. So own daw, own record. This best illustrates the application of A, SIB selection, hindi, kasi kapatid eh. Family selection, hindi rin. C, pedigree selection, hindi rin. Sabi nga sa tanong, own. So since wala tayong performance testing dito, the other term, recall ninyo na ang other term for performance testing or performance selection is individual selection. No? Own individual. Record from the individual. So ang tamang sagot dito, letter T. Next, which selection method relies on comparing the performance of siblings within the same family to identify superior individuals for breeding? O dito, baka ma-confuse kayo. Family. Ma'am, ang ginamit kong keyword ay family, kaya family selection. Pwede naman sana. Kaya lang, if you are to look at, sabi dito, performance of siblings, magkakapatid. SIBS. So, SIBS selection ang ginamit. Next, in this selection method, traits are selected for one at a time, and selection for the next trait does not begin until the desired level of performance is achieved with the first. So ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, one at a time lang ang pag-improve ng trait or ang pagpili ng trait. Tamang sagot, tandem method. Next. In the independent culling levels method, what is the criterion for culling animals? A, animals must meet a minimum performance threshold for all traits simultaneously. B, animals must meet a minimum performance threshold for at least one trait. C, animals must exceed the average performance for all traits. Or D, animals must exhibit superior performance in a single trait only. O, ang tamang sagot dito ay letter Oh, I repeat, animals must meet a minimum performance threshold for all traits simultaneously. Ma'am, wala ka namang nabanggit na ganito kanina. 'Di ba? Baka sabihin nyo yon. Sabi ko, 2 traits at a time, pero wala naman kayo nakikitang 2 traits at a time dito. The correct answer here is animals must meet a minimum performance threshold for at least one trait. No? Animals must meet a minimum performance. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, dapat ano tawag dito? Not lower than the minimum. Okay. Not lower than the minimum. Kumbaga, ang minimum mo, yun yung average performance ng mga hayop doon sa farm. Nakuha? Dapat better than the average population. Pero sabi dito, for at least one trait. Next. What is the key characteristic of the selection index method? What is the key characteristic of the selection index method? The correct answer is letter C. It combines multiple traits into a single index for selection. Kaya tinatawag din siya, kung babalikan natin, yung previous questions, meron ditong multi-trait analysis. This is the other